welcome to Trojans Live, presented by Monster Energy on ESPN LA 710 across the USC Trojans Media Network. I am Jordan Moore alongside the All-American Sean Cody, our quarterback Cody Kessler, and the head coach Lincoln Riley, fresh off returning the victory bell to its rightful place here at USC. Ready to take it to the next level, unleash the beast this college tailgate season with Monster Energy. Tear into a can of the meanest energy drink on the planet, Monster Energy. Unleash the Beast. And USC's head coach interview is presented by I Trust Capital, the official crypto platform of the USC Trojans. Thank you to the head coach, Lincoln Riley, for joining us as always. Coach, you know, the story of this season for a while was the inability to win close games. You guys have flipped it here. The last two, winning two close games. How do you feel like you've been able to make that change to finish these games off the right way?
Well, I think first the team has just hung in there. I mean, really, and I think the team deserves a lot of credit for that. That's not easy, and just emotionally to stay in it, to keep battling. I think the team's kept their confidence. I think the team has kept great perspective on all that's happened this year, the good, the bad, everything in between, and they've stayed steady and they've stayed motivated, and so they. We really looked at this last 3-game stretch. We said it's a 3-game season, and it's gonna happen quickly. It's 3 great opportunities, against 3 other very good programs, 3 important games, here for us. And so, we've done a great job getting the first 2. The guys have played well. We've done what we've needed to do to play well in these games and to put ourselves in position. And we said it a lot throughout the year. I mean, we are battle tested. Like, we don't get in one of those games and it's like, we don't panic. Like we know what it feels like we know what it takes, and it's a matter of just going and doing it. And so, we've done it 2 games in a row now in kind of 2 different type situations. One on the road, a rivalry game, and to be able to close that out, especially with how we played defensively and how we played on special teams. I mean, because that's really what won the football game. I mean, to be completely honest, I mean, those 2 sides of the ball really, played well, gave us some huge advantages, made, clutch plays, and obviously we're kind of the spearhead to the victory.
Coach, I know you didn't talk about it a bunch, maybe going into the game, but you had a team that was down a lot of guys during the week, and some sickness was a part of it, and just the time of the year, it's guys are not feeling 100%. What was it like trying to get the team going when especially everything's not feeling that great this week, and you're just trying to battle through the week to get the guys to the game?
Yeah, I think I said something after it. It really was. There was some like COVID deja vus, of going through a COVID season, and that you kind of weren't real sure day to day.
Hey, that guy's sick, get him out.
Yeah, it was like that. I mean, we were masked up in meetings. I mean, we had, you were getting about 5 different injury reports a day, not sure, exactly who you were going to have, even up to like 5 or 10 minutes before practice. And but we just said from the beginning, like, we're going to manage it. We're going to prepare the best that we can with what we have, but we're not carrying excuses into this week as far as preparation, and certainly not into this game. And so it is what it is, and we've got to deal with it. And that was just the mentality the whole week. And I give credit to our trainers and doctors. I mean, they worked overtime this week, nutritionists. I mean, the players. I mean, it was definitely a group effort to get this team ready, but they were very motivated and very determined to go play well no matter what was stacked up.
Coach, some highs and lows in this game for Jayden Maiava. I thought he did a better job protecting the football, which was important in this game when your defense is playing so well. How would you evaluate his performance, not only in this game, but over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, he played good. He played good the other night. I thought he was steady. I thought he stayed patient, even when we didn't make some plays around him that we should make. And I thought he never really got rattled. I thought he saw things well. I thought he was a lot steadier and more consistent than he was in the first start, which is, I don't think a surprise. I mean, we felt like that there would be an element to just settling in a little bit, and we felt that. I mean, he threw some great balls down the field. He gave our guys some chances to make plays that, like I said, that we need to make. He was patient, I thought, when he needed to be patient. There was a number of really good checkdowns that were really efficient plays for us, and no, he played a good game, and he's going to keep getting better, but it was fun to see him really, feel more settled in and control than he did the first week.
You're listening to the head coach, Lincoln Riley, on Trojans Live. Coach, I really liked what I saw up front defensively in this one. I thought it was probably the best pass rush game. I guess Rutgers game had more sacks than this one, but you also combat the tush push with those guys in a huge spot. What are you seeing from your guys up front here late in the season?
It was an impactful game. It was. The big thing is we were able to affect the quarterback.
Yep.
And that was huge, and it didn't just take us blitzing, to affect the quarterback. We were able to do it in multiple ways. We were able to do it with different types of rushes, getting it from different players, and even obviously we got him on the ground some, but even at times when we didn't get him on the ground, we were moving the quarterback off of his spots. You're making him have to move. You're making him have to scramble. And I think – some of the new guys that we're playing with in that lineup, you can feel the confidence growing in that group. They're starting to get more in sync. They're starting to play, better and better. And so, it was an important part of the game because they'd been on a pretty good string offensively. The quarterback had been playing some good ball for them. They had been scoring some points, and so that we knew it was going to be a key to the game. And to step up was awesome. And yeah, like you said, stopping the quarterback sneak was probably my favorite play of the game. Just the surge that we had in that critical of a moment, when a team's going to be aggressive like that and try to go for it, deep in their own territory, to be able to flip that was huge. And we had a number of obviously big third and fourth down stops for the game that were certainly the difference.
Coach, you're able to get in the red zone, able to get in the end zone at the end of the game, which was obviously a huge score to kind of seal that one. But the first half in the red zone, it was a struggle. At times, you had to bump into a referee on a play. You brought an extra extra lineman on a play on the first one, and then some back shoulder and fade throws. What was the strategy going into that one? And when you break down those red zone plays, what was ultimately the reason why you guys weren't successful?
I think missed opportunities. We had a couple things unfortunate. Like I said, the ref deal was unfortunate. We had one run play where they were aligned wrong, but because they were aligned wrong, it was actually better to the play that we were running. Pat, those things happen. That's football. Like we missed opportunities. We did some really good things in the run game on the open field, and some of the same situations down there on the goal line. Some of the missed assignments showed up. We got beat a couple of times. And then we didn't, other than the scramble pass to Lane, we really just didn't make many competitive plays down there. We gave guys opportunities. Jayden got to some really good one-on-one situations that we have a lot of confidence in. But, those are ones that we obviously have to go make. You got to get it in there one way or another, right? You've either got to run it in or you got to throw it in. We didn't run the ball very good down there, and the throw game, like I said, they put us in positions where it was going to be a one-on-one type of game down there, and you don't have to make all of them, but you got to make one out of the three, right? And so it's been something we've typically been really, really good at, but we obviously are going to have to do a better job of that going forward. And the team did a good job overcoming it, and then obviously the field goal team did a good job of coming in. And you don't like kicking them, but if you do, you got to get those points. And Mike and the guys did a nice job there.
Coach, when you play in these low-scoring games, and I've always been curious, where both offenses are struggling a little bit to get in the rhythm, both defenses are playing very well. How does your mindset change, if any, as a play caller when you play in these games where field goals really are very important and not putting up a lot of points?
Yeah, no, it does. It's important. And I think I felt going into this game that both offenses are capable of scoring points, but these are two good defensive football teams. And the history would show that. And so, I knew there was a chance this game was going to play out like that a little bit. And so, yeah, you do. The value goes up. Does it make a difference in, calling this play or calling that play, or kicking a field goal or going for it here, or how aggressive you are? Sure it does. I think that's those are the things that analytics can't tell you. Yeah. The matchups and the flow of the game and the feel for it. And so, high-scoring games are fun and all that too. But I actually prefer calling it in games like this.
Really?
I just think it's more situational. I think the importance of each play. When there's two good defenses on the field and you have to earn everything. Like the importance of each play goes up, and so in each decision. So yeah, no, that was fun. Fun, obviously for us to play that way, and if we get a couple more of those in there, it's not quite so close, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Well, you go from UCLA week to Notre Dame week. That's how it's done here at USC. DirecTV is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Jewel Shillelagh rivalry. Stream college football's fiercest rivalries on DirecTV satellite free. USC versus Notre Dame coming up at 12:30 on Saturday afternoon. CBS has the kick. USC Trojans Media Network will go on ESPN Los Angeles at 10:30 a.m. with the Trojan Tailgate Show. We will talk to Coach about beating the Irish next on Trojans Live. Hey, Trojan fans, celebrate every Trojan win and enjoy the sweet taste of victory with a free donut at Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from the Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store. And when you've got good beer and good vibes, it's all buenas. Don Buena Veza Salt and Lime Lager is Baja inspired and imported from San Diego, located near you at find.stonebrewing.com. Jordan Moore, Sean Cody Kessler, and the head coach Lincoln Riley still with us here. Time to get set for USC versus Notre Dame. Coach is 1-1 his career as the USC head coach in this great rivalry. What do you see from this year's Notre Dame team? Boy, that Northern Illinois game really looks like a blip now because they've pretty much handled everybody else.
Yeah, no, they've played well. They're playing good on both sides of the football. They've been able to run the football. Obviously, got a good quarterback that they brought into the transfer portal. It's done a nice job for them. Defensively, have another very good year defensively. It's a really good crew, really steady crew. They've been able to make explosive plays. They've been able to limit people in the run game, certainly. So, I mean, they make you earn it. I think it's a pretty balanced football team from what we've been able to see so far. So it'll be a good challenge for us, and we plan on being a good challenge for them too.
Coach, we talked about defense earlier in the game against the Bruins, and we got a young man coming up later in the show, number 4 for you guys, Easton Mascarenas-Arnold, who's just been a stud since he stepped on campus, kind of take over that leader role on defense for you, and just really has been in there a grind in every game, and probably I think had his best game as a Trojan last week with he should have got another sack, but only one sack there, but some big plays in the game. What has he meant for this defense and you guys as the season's come to wrap here?
He's done a great job. It's not easy to come in, as a one-year guy and be asked to be a leader like that. That's not easy. And so he along with a lot of our guys deserves a lot of credit for not just coming in and making plays and playing hard and putting his effort into it, but also coming in here and taking some of the reins of that. And leadership can be challenging. It can be lonely. It's and especially when you're coming in like that. So I give him a lot of credit. He played very well the other night. He was one of those guys that was pretty sick even at the end of the week, but him getting his one shot to come play in that rivalry game and get the win there, I know meant a lot to him as it did our team, our defense, and he definitely played some inspired football for us.
Coach, sticking with the defense a little bit, that's back-to-back weeks where they've been able to finish the football game. I thought they dominated the fourth quarter. Those last couple of drives, UCLA couldn't really get anything going, and I know Easton's a big part of this, but what's led to the success that this defense has had late in the football game?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, I think the front being able to be more effective and have an impact in those moments, I think has definitely been a part of it. I think getting some of these secondary guys back healthy, and being able to have our full complement of guys are pretty close to it in the secondary here the last few weeks. Has definitely made a difference. And then, we've been able to avoid big breakdowns. We've played good complementary football. We've been able to tackle people. We've been able to take advantage of the plays that have been there for us to make and haven't had big penalties. I mean, we've just played good football in those moments. And so, and like you said, the other night was big because it wasn't just the fourth down stop before. It was like, all right, you got to go out and do it again. And we did. We never really let them get started. We didn't really give them a lot of gimmies, especially in the throw game. We were in good position, and then obviously made the big plays in terms of some of the short yardage plays and the big third and fourth down stops when it counted.
Going into the season, you talked about wanting to get a little bit better in special teams, and boy, did that pay off this week. You talked about Michael Lance, and you make the field goals. Eddie is some punter. I mean, it's rare that you walk out of game after game where we're just sort of like blown away by the punter. And then you throw in Mekhi Lemon, who not only now is leading the Big Ten in kick return average, he's always the guy down there catching those Eddie punts and just putting them right there on the goal line as well. I mean, it is that third phase of the game, but boy, it felt like maybe the difference on Saturday.
Oh, it was huge. It was huge, and it's been important for us this year. As you said, the punt team has been one of the elite units in the country, all year. Kickoff has really done a nice job, and Michael's really been a weapon for us on kickoffs. I mean, how different has it been? The previous years we were covering just about every damn kick that there was. And, now we're not covered many, and we've done a good job with that. Mike's done a really good job really on field goals. I mean, we've had a couple obviously of protection issues that obviously have to get better. But he's hit the ball well all year, and now we're starting to get a lot out of our kickoff return team. And so now special teams have been dominant. Our kids have been excited. Our coaches there have done a tremendous job with them. It's been a big part of this team, certainly getting on this run here at the end of the season. Obviously,
big game coming up, Coach, on Saturday. But before that, we have a holiday, and we are human beings, not just football players, Coach. So you got to take a little break sometimes. We got it coming up. I want to know your favorite protein, and then I want to know your favorite side dish on Turkey Day.
Favorite protein is definitely just like good old. I like turkey. I like it smoked too.
Oh,
yeah. That's kind of our deal.
Okay.
So
dark
turkey
meat or white meat?
I'm a white
smoking
meat.
the turkey?
Yeah, white.
I'm a white meat
What's
guy.
that?
You smoke the turkey? Are you buying a turkey? What do you got?
No, well, I have family that's in town, so they'll actually smoke it, and we'll get there after practice.
Put them to work.
Get it right. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Side. I mean, mashed potatoes.
Okay.
That's just you got to be. Like, how can it not be?
I was going to write down a food question, then I said, forget it. I know
Sean,
Sean
I
has
was
the
ready
food
for it.
question covered.
Well, now you, Sean, what you asked the question? What's your favorite side?
That's a good question. I'm not ready.
Were
to
you not
answer
ready
that.
for
Go
the
ahead.
follow-up? Okay. Anyways, Coach, want to go back to another play against UCLA, that double pass to Mackay and then to Kyron Hudson. That was a huge play call in this game. It led to the go-ahead touchdown. As a play caller, do you know, or when's the right moment to make that call, right? Did you go into that game, sitting on that play for a couple of weeks now, or did you put it in that week for UCLA, and how do you know when to use it in those situations?
Yeah, no, it wasn't something we'd worked a whole lot. It's not like something we'd had in all year, but no, it's something we had confidence in. The guys did a good job, especially at the end of the week, executing it and felt confident in our ability to get it done. And yeah, you're always kind of trying to find the right time. I mean, the right time is when the guys execute it well.
Yeah,
I mean, that's at the end of the day, it's a player's game, it's an execution game, and so had confidence in the moment that it was a good time for it. But again, it was more than that. I just believed that we would do it well, and we did. We blocked it well. I mean, obviously, Lim made a great throw. Kyron was really good on the back end of it. So just it's not an easy play to execute that well. It's a lot of things got to go right, but it did.
Yeah, that was a dime too.
It was.
It was a quick release too. He had a little gunslinger to him.
It was very.
That was a good play.
He was so funny after the game because we interviewed him on the field, and we were like, "Oh, when was the last time you threw in a game?" He said, "Oh, no, I've never done that before." But he had it during the week, and he threw it when it mattered. Timing was certainly right. It sparked the win there for the Trojans, and we'll go down in the rivalry lore. So congratulations on that one, Coach. Go get that shillelagh. It sits right next to the bell. That's the way we like it here at USC. USC rivalries presented by the USC Notre Dame rivalries presented by DirecTV, the proud presenting sponsor of the jeweled shillelagh rivalry. Stream college football's fiercest rivalries on DirecTV satellite free. And the game again, 12:30 kick on Saturday. We will go on at 10:30. We were just talking him up. Easton Mascarenas Arnold. He's next on Trojans Live.